Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our final episode of our Old Gods of Appalachia, a little mini-series in Ashland, Kentucky. Last we left off with our group, they noticed that there were some different things in the suitcase. They heard and felt the quake as a tunnel collapsed in the mines, and when they made their way over there, they got to meet with Foreman Edgar Fellows. They faced off against some old miners, forgotten and discarded, blank-eyed men, for those that have the book and want to see what the stats were like. They came back out of the tunnel, and among the other things that they learned, they also learned that Preacher Gaines had his belongings sent to the Archdiocese of Boston if and when he passed, and they also learned that he's part of a set of triplets. We left off with them, though, having gone to the church to kind of get some information about Preacher Gaines from Preacher Hill himself, and we left off with them hearing the sound of a clattering set of plates and some dishes, and the exclamation of one Preacher Hill to something that we are about to get into. But before that, let's have everybody introduce themselves. Hello, and what they're playing, because we have a new face. And start with you, Sway.
Well, I totally would, except please start with somebody else while I fix my entire...
Okay. Ike, let's start with you then, since you're the new face.
New face, old face.
Yeah.
I'm playing Father Hill, or Jerry, or Jeremiah Paul Hill.
Right.
With a superstitious speaker who knows Jack.
Perfect. Junie, who are you playing?
I'm playing Dr. Mabel Reagan, who does know the unknowable, who happens to be lucky.
Okay. And Sway, if you are ready to give us what you are.
So I am Sway. I am playing Old Man Sage, and we're going to be casting on my stream from your stream.
Ooh.
For a couple seconds while I fix this. So,
yeah.
But yes, I'm playing Old Man Sage, the Hagman.
Yeah. A mystical sage who becomes the beast. So, we left off with you having learned some things about the apple tree that was left to John Boy, having heard the clatter, and as you both rush into the church, you will see that there is a macabre scene inside the church, almost like a very... There's no safe way to put it. It is gruesome to see, and it is almost like a tainted stained glass window of bone and muscle and sinew, as the only thing that is left intact of John Boy is an arm with his hand kind of closed in the pointing gesture, and it seems to be pointing to something on the table. It is hanging by threads of solidified blood and muscle fibers and just sinew keeping it together, but it is splayed out from wall to wall, just a mess of what was a human being at some point. There is what looks to be 2 slices of pie on the floor, and spilled tea, 2 cracked cups, and 2 broken plates, and a couple of forks. Preacher Hill, could you describe yourself to the group?
Sure. Preacher Preacher Hill looks, he's tall, probably 6'5" or so. Slender. And he's got the collar. I think I have to go back in time from what I envisioned him before.
Sure.
He's got already the streaks of white and grays coming in. Is what used to be dark hair. Smells like cigarettes. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, no, my computer went off.
Oh.
Screen.
Yeah, you froze
Oh, black.
for us. So
Yeah.
we can still hear you though.
All right. Yeah. So he smells like cigarettes. And yeah, he's older. Roughly, probably in his 50s, maybe mid. Shit, man. Why can't I get back in?
Okay. So
Oh, yeah.
as Mabel and Luke come rushing in, you see the scene. You see Preacher Hill.
I don't know if Sage would be able to, or if Luke would be able to even comprehend what he's seeing
Mhm.
other than Preacher Hill. Preacher, you got some explaining to do real quick.
I wish I can explain what I just. I
What you
take out
did?
a cigarette, and smoke. He.
We finally lose him. Looks like it.
Right? Possibly.
Yep, it sounds like it.
Well, to give some time,
Yeah.
I'm going to approach cautiously.
There he goes.
I'm going to approach cautiously what remains of our friend.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and understand it or identify it.
Okay. That sounds like an understanding magic roll.
I'm trained, at least.
Yeah, so that'll ease the target by 1.
I'm gonna throw. No, I'm not. Not yet.
Okay.
I got a nat 20.
Nice.
That's not good. We did this last time, and remember what happened last time? I
Yeah.
got a really good roll, and then that was it.
Yep.
So I'm glad I got my
Huh?
1.
You got the 1 roll all the way.
Yay!
So you will see this was definitely done by an agent of the darkness. There's little telltale signs, little motes of blackness on certain kind of conjunctions, little joints, little crossroads of where like bone and sinew and blood kind of meet and cross paths. And you'll notice a bit of green that has protected the hand. Something wanted to at least make sure that a message got through before John Boy was excommunicated from this world.
While he's doing that, I'm going to do eye for detail, if that's possible.
Yeah. What is eye for detail? Where's your eye for detail?
It's in special abilities.
Oh, okay, that's why. So when you spend 5 minutes thoroughly exploring an area larger than a short distance, yeah. Okay.
And I rolled 17.
Okay. So it takes you a few minutes. Yeah. Look who came back.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. So you take a few minutes while Luke is calling upon a little bit of understanding of magic that he has to try and figure out what happened to John Boy. You look around the small church. There is nothing that looks like it'll have remotely come close to doing this to somebody.
She's going to go directly to see what he's pointing at, to see if she can glean what's going on. And she's gone full Dr. mode. She's taken off her hat, her shawl. She is now investigating.
He's pointing at the open ledger that Father Hill was keeping of Preacher Gaines's last will and testament. And in particular, he's pointing to the map that he had drawn.
And she'll go to the map. She'll pull it up.
Yep. Doesn't look like it's changed.
She'll show it to Luke.
I look from the map and I just look up to Preacher Hill. You gonna finish your sentence? You didn't see what you did? You didn't see what did it to him? Was this you?
No, I wouldn't do this.
You wouldn't do it, but you're lighting up in the middle of a church, hey?
He was lifted up in the air. Something. Didn't
Lift
see
it up
what I
in the
saw.
air.
I'm gonna turn
He
on my
was
open
ripped
eyes.
apart.
No.
It was like he was being attacked by like a bear, an animal.
Oh, yeah. Specialized, too. Right there with Luke. Yeah.
Okay.
As he
He's
says, lift it up in the
I'm like,
air.
"Oh,
Yeah.
we might not be alone."
Yeah, you both will see that Preacher Gaines is standing off to the side, just kind of going through the rites. You don't see John Boy, though.
Okay.
She's going to look to Preacher Gaines like,
He just nods.
Well, that answers whether or not he's actually gone. I don't have to check for a pulse if Preacher's doing last rites.
I mean, look at him.
I
I don't think he's going to come out. I don't think he's going to get any better.
No, but I don't have to put him out of his misery either. Was there I guess for Preacher Hill, was there any reaction when I said the preacher's doing last rites and there's obviously Preacher Hill who was not doing last rites in front of me?
Yeah, how do you take that, Mike?
I'm still shocked and trying to piece and make sense of what I just saw right now in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I just literally saw somebody get ripped open, ripped apart, blood everywhere. I'm just trying to piece everything together and make sense of everything right now.
Are you clean? Are you splashed with blood, or are you?
Well, I'm covered in blood too. Sometimes that blood went everywhere. It's all over the church, over the pews, the chairs at that time.
Chairs.
Anything. And to the sign of the cross, I start to say a prayer. The Our Father.
And while he prays, I'm gonna walk around and look with my special eyes and see if there's anything else that piques my interest in this room. Let
He
the
takes
Father
one
have
side.
his time, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, Mabel's going to do the other side, but she's going to be speaking in
Well,
Latin.
two preachers there to pray over the body.
Yeah.
Let him do his thing.
Inside the church, you won't see anything else out of the way. Through the open door leading out to the backyard, though, the garden, you'll both see that there is this spectral cat sitting at the base of the tree, just kind of licking its paw and bringing its ear down.
Does it look like, in any way, like the cats that have been following us this entire time?
The cats have all been different breeds. This one,
Maybe.
so this one could be any one of them. The fact that he's see-through is
This
more
is the difference, right?
is more concerning, I think, than what breed it is.
But even seeing them with the special eyes before, like, they haven't been spectral in any way.
No,
Right. Okay.
no, they've all been real.
Preacher, we're gonna head out to the garden. Finish what you got to do. Come meet us out there with the map and the Bible.
Well, Mabel's holding on to that.
Yeah, you got the map.
Yeah.
I still want the Bible. And then
Yes, yeah.
slowly but not stealthily, just make my way out to the garden.
Okay.
Mabel's right behind him.
And I'm going to cautiously try to approach the cat, and if it tries to run, I'm going to bind it.
It doesn't run. It does climb up the tree, so it's sitting on one of the lower branches, and it just kind of puts one paw out in front of the other and just kind of plops its head down.
Junie, what's up with this? Sorry, not Junie. Miss Mabel, what's going on with this tree? Did you see the ghost cat up there last time you were up there?
I don't think so. I saw names, though.
Names?
Hey, names carved into each of the, it's how I knew something was wrong with JB, was all of a sudden his branch shriveled up and fell off and crumbled into dust. You're in on that. You're there. Your family's there. Gaines is in there. Everyone, I think, in this town has a name on a branch.
I don't mean to. What?
Their names are carved into each of the branches. Some of those branches that are shriveled and gone represent somebody who has died from this town.
But mine and my family's names are still carved?
Your names are, yeah. Those two branches that are shriveled up. And then that long one right in the middle, that strong one, that's your family.
He says strong, but you see that it's starting to wilt.
And would I get the impression that the other two limbs are dead?
Yeah.
But not JB destroyed and dead, but just dead?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. They look unwatered, unhealthy, whereas the rest of the tree is just strong. And you see the cat yawn.
Are you gonna ask it something, or am I asking something? Though I don't think it's gonna answer either of us.
You've got a nicer voice. Go ahead and ask what you got to ask. I'm going to look around for a shovel.
There's one.
I would like to start digging me a hole in an unused plot.
Okay.
She's gonna look up and say, "You done?" Simple.
It looks down at you. And it licks its one side of its mouth, and then it licks the other side of its mouth. And
Can we have a
narrows its eyes at you, and it starts to purr. Almost grinning.
I just want to have a decent conversation to understand what the hell. That's all. Can we have a civilized conversation? Or is that a wee bit too hard?
Preacher Hill will see that Mabel is talking to nobody. To the tree. As you come outside.
Actually, I wanted to stay in the church and try to try to pretty much see if there's anything in John Boy's body,
No, there's
and at
nothing.
the same time try to nothing.
Nothing.
I want to see maybe bring his body together, so we have something to bury, not just an arm.
If you
There's
touch
nothing.
any part of him, he will dissolve into liquid, and his bones will clatter to the floor.
All right, I start doing that. I grab the Bible. I got the bottle of holy water, and I head outside to meet up with the other two.
Yeah, you see Mabel talking to a tree. And Luke is off digging a hole
In the cemetery.
in the
Not a
cemetery.
deep hole, not a wide hole, definitely not a funeral hole, but I'm going to be burying something in that cemetery.
I have the Bible, and I'm ready. As for what you two are doing, you are digging and you are talking to a tree.
Well, you're going to be a little bit busy with funerals for the next little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and do this myself. And I'm going to take just the bones from the suitcase. And I'm going to place them in this shallow grave.
Yep.
And I'm going to just extend a hand. And I think between Preacher Hill and Miss Mabel up towards the tree, they might get a gust of wind as I snap the two limbs off of my wife and child off that tree.
Yep.
And I bring them through the air back to me. And I take them and I snap them.
The moment they are removed from the tree, they turn to dust.
Then those ashes are going to be covering the new gravesite.
Yep.
Mabel
Yeah.
just looks at the cat waiting for an answer.
It yawns again as it sees the... And then it turns and looks at the branches being pulled off. And then it kind of glares in Luke's direction. And then it jumps down and starts sauntering into the woods.
I'm going to try to quick bind it.
Okay.
I don't know if that would be my initial reaction, whether it worked or not. It says a foe my size
Smaller.
or smaller.
Yeah.
So I think it would just be me trying to reach out again, where I was going to make a cross on a headstone or as a headstone, and just watching the ashes fall through my hands that are not even really there, but 100 feet away. And just to feel them slip through my hands again, I'm going to try to grab the scruff of that cat's neck.
Yeah. So normally it would cost 3 points, but since you have 2 edge, it only costs you 1 point of your intellect. And you see that there's just these spectral hands that come up kind of like covered in mud and earth. And the moment they grab the cat, it just goes limp. Almost like how you know that kittens will go limp whenever the mom picks them up by that spot as well. And you see it start to become material.
And I'm just going to see that muddy hand just bring it back towards the group.
Yeah, it doesn't fight.
Now, Miss Mabel was asking you a question, and I think you're smart enough to at least nod that pretty little kitten head of yours up and down, left and right. And I'm going to start with mine. You work for her, or you work for it? Do you work for her?
It looks up at you, and you see that half of its face is missing, decayed. You can see the bone underneath it, the musculature, the eye. The one good eye that it has is cataract white. The other one is just a socket. Pieces of it look to either be regenerating or decaying. You don't know which one right now. And it just lets out this low.
Would you like this preacher to go ahead and pray over your body in this nice cemetery? Or you want to run on home through those woods? Do you work for her?
It begins to cough, and you see a hairball come out.
I mean, Sway doesn't know if that's an indicator of anything.
Can I roll for a spirit lore to know what we're dealing with right now?
Oh. Where do you have spirit lore?
Special abilities.
Damn, you are.
She got
I know the
skills.
unknowable.
They're multiplying.
You are trained in the names, habits, and suspected layers, related topics regarding to magical and unnatural creatures. Yeah. Go ahead and make an intelligence roll.
House Ravenclaw wins.
Yeah.
That is a 16.
Okay. This cat is definitely putting up a defiant front. But you know that any form of gift is acquiescing to whatever's being asked of it.
I'm pretty sure I know cats don't like water, but if we're going to go ahead and bury this poor soul, it might need a sprinkling or two of your holy water.
Maybe we'll
I have
tell.
something better.
We will tell Luke what
I'm gonna
she's
use
from this.
I'm gonna use Hear Me Now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bringing out the big guns already, huh?
Genesis itself?
Yeah. I'm gonna use Hear Me Now to this cat.
Yeah. So it would normally cost 2, but you have an edge of 3, so it doesn't cost anything for you.
God. I should have increased my edge.
And so I roll.
No. There's no roll. It's just an action to do.
Oh, there's no roll?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Now, Old Man Sage asks you a question. Now, I'm Father Hill. You're going to answer his question.
You both have heard Preacher Hill talking. You know that he has a meeker side to him. The moment he declares this desire from the cat, there's almost an echo to his voice. There's this resounding reverb in it that wasn't there before. And both of you will see the cat's body just shudder and shake, and parts of his skin fly off. And it lets out this painful roar, not roar, but this very loud and long hiss of a pained exclamation. And it just glares up at Preacher Hill.
Well, I guess there's not much we can do. Thank you for saying those kind yet powerful words, preacher, but I'm going to have to put this in a hole. I'm just going to turn it to look at me. You want me to do it or you want preacher to do it? You know what? I'm going to give you one more try. Do you work for her?
It opens his mouth to say something, to react in some way, and then the body goes limp, and you see all the dark energy that was animating it just seep out through holes in the skin and out of its eye socket and through the open mouth.
Yeah, it was hers.
No, I kind of guessed that when it was throwing up the hairball. Who is this woman?
I was about to ask you both the same thing. Who is this her or it? You both keep mentioning. And I light up a cigarette.
I don't know.
I'm going to
I'm
try to pull out from my little rucksack the little bit of moonshine. I'm going to pour it all over the ichor. Pretty sure you mind if I get one of those from you?
Not at all. I hadn't.
I want to take it and I'm going to light it up and I'm going to start hacking because I don't smoke, but he's burned enough herbs and incense and leaves and that.
Mabel just reaches into her own bag, pops open the whiskey, and takes a drink.
I'm going to throw the match or on the ichor and shine.
It lights.
She is more than us and less than whatever voice you just use. And I'm going to look. Do I see anything? You said it was going to try to saunter off into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anything with my special eyes that way? Do I feel like we're being listened to or watched?
Yeah, you will see the glare of the dozen eyes. 6 pairs.
I'm assuming Mabel sees it too.
If you look, yeah, with your eyes.
So out in the woods, I know you get away with words. Miss Mabel, I know you see far more than most.
Hey?
Everywhere out there. All those little eyes. That, I'm going to spit on the ground. Every little animal, everything that crawls, everything that slithers. But not everything that walks on 4 legs. She's got away with the woods, the things that live within. And sometimes, if you live long enough in the woods, you end up becoming hers one way or another.
So you've got somebody who's taken over the woods with creatures and such, with spiritual and
I don't
magical
think she's
ways.
over. I think she's older than that. I think
So she is the woods.
that's a good way of describing it.
Fuck's sake, am I from Ireland? This is stuff we deal with every day.
I want to be like, well, how do you kill the Morgan?
Easy.
Uh,
You stop worshipping her and stop giving her power because names give power.
I have to agree with Miss Mabel on this. Names and words do give power.
Pinch me. The preacher's actually agreeing with me now. Do you want a wee bit of whiskey now?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
thank you.
flick the remainder of the cigarette off towards the woods.
The eyes scatter.
The more you give her powers by associating her and granting her more power.
Yeah.
Why do you think I would never date with the Fae folk? Why? Because they've got power in their words and in
Once-
who they are.
Things like this, they're still in their prime. There's no weakening. It's everyone knows there's something in the woods. And if you are something in the woods, you get strength from all of it.
Aye. Why
If
do you
someone
think you
doesn't name you, you get the power. Maybe it's just a little bit. But every rumor, every myth, every story of don't go in the woods at night, it is her. And as long as you're telling your kids not to go in the woods, it's because of her.
I'm going to say something. And I hope you don't take this any wrong way. But when I held my son in my arms, as he was dying, before we buried him, we made sure there was a little bit of a thing out to hope that the Fae folk would give him a second chance at life. But at the same time, I knew for a fact if he had grown up to be any more than what you two are now, there would have been myths and legends and superstitions he would have grown up with. You live in the fucking edge of the fucking town in the fucking woods. Don't you think you've got the same fucking power that she does in some way, shape, or form that you can't turn around and use it for yourself to keep these people safe and protected?
I told you guys to leave 2 days ago because I am the one. I didn't live this close to town. Town started moving closer to me.
And you know what you do? You move with the town. Well, you might ask me all of these questions back when we were in Dublin. How do you do this? How do you do this? You're from Ireland. You know all the folklore. Well, of course, that's what we're born and raised with. When I was starving, what do you think I did? Who do you think I prayed to? Sure as hell wasn't God. Because he was the one who brought the blight. And if you think the blight of 47 and 48 lasted only 2 years, you're ignoring yourself. It lasted generations. I'm another generation that had to live with that, eating dirt because there wasn't anything else to eat. I know what it was like to die, to starve. How do you think I lost my first family? One was kind enough to help me through the second. But at the same time, you are part of the lore. You're a part of the myth. You move with it. You done see?
No, you're right.
Of course I'm right. I'm Irish.
Well,
Speak some truth there, old man Sage. But I ask again, who is she? And who is this it? And if what Miss Mabel is saying about you living out here for as long as you said, you know or should have an idea of what's going on in these woods more than anybody. More than her, more than me.
Rev, would I know her in any name that they would know as like a myth? Would I know her as a title they would know?
The closest thing that she mused about being like, because I assume when you were younger and you first received this gift, you must have asked for a name. And the one that she gave you with a sly kind of Cheshire grin was Cersei.
Okay. Fuck.
Everybody just calls her the Witch of the Woods, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. So with respect to Miss Mabel and where we are, I won't say her name. Everybody around here just calls her the Witch of the Woods.
Can you write the name down?
Yeah, I can write. I know how to write.
She'll-
That was a
she'll
skill
give
that
you-
I took.
I write real good.
Reading and writing. I didn't take math now. I don't know how to do math. I know how to follow recipes. It's not the same thing.
Numbers
Maybe
all
we'll just
alike
give
to
you-
me.
Pencil and pencil paper.
In a very out of time, out of place handwriting, you see the name Cersei.
And now, Brav, do I need a roll to know who Cersei is?
No. Mythologically speaking, you know.
When she reads that, a lot of Irish just comes out. It's a spew. It's more of not only a heated tone of you dumb motherfucker, but at the same time it's sweet Jesus, you just let yourself get steamrolled over something that's older than time itself. How dare you?
And I'm gonna try to just approach Miss Mabel. Miss Mabel,
Mm-hmm.
we came from a land of famine and myth. And we've got our own myths about food here.
Mm-hmm.
The big one has to do with apple trees, which is where we need to go. But
Why? Because of the Bible?
As you can see, I am not on the same level of some myths. Just because I lived in the woods for a while.
No, but you turned into a fucking bear.
He's just gonna kind of like, kind of chuckle to himself. Like, yeah, I did. I did that.
Yep. How does Father Hill react to that? Because that's new information to him.
Yeah, the cigarette just falls out my mouth. Like,
just the ray from Ghostbusters, just it hangs on his lip a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
at least he's got to ask about the
I can be a
Twinkie.
bear of a man, preacher.
start thinking back what I saw with John Boy getting lifted and getting mauled and destroyed, pretty much.
By a bear?
Yeah.
But all roads point back to. I'm going to point at the map.
Between that map, the Bible, and that tree. I don't even know how I'm in this. Because I'm not even American. Nor am I even a part of any of this.
But you are, Miss Mabel. We all are.
You're a part of the myth?
You, Old Sage, and myself. I'm not from this town either.
Yeah, but you're from this country, aren't you?
Yes.
I'm not.
More east and north. But you're here now.
Only
God intended it to be.
Oh, don't you bring a fate into this now. I'll be running you backwards and forwards. Not only in English, but Latin and Irish, if you know how to talk about those two. I might be a good Irish woman, and she'll show her rosary. But at the same time, I don't think it kind of fitted me into this.
Rev, is there like the wooden planks you would see in like the movies of, you put together a makeshift cross in the moment?
Mhm.
Is there any like material around here that is inside the confines of the cemetery? I'm looking for enough wood to craft something
Yeah, easily.
like a shillelagh.
Sure.
I'm gonna make a shillelagh. Why are you making a shillelagh?
I was going to give you a present, but
Okay, that's fair.
I'm just going to
There's a machete.
She wants to keep the machete. I'll keep the walking stick. I don't care.
Nope.
I
The
don't
machete's
have
underneath the
nothing.
skirt. I'm not gonna flash it to everyone. God, lady's got some propriety.
I want to take some of maybe like the thorny bushes that are nearby,
Mhm.
along with some of the wood, and I'm just gonna start wrapping the vines and the thorns around the little wooden planks. And at a certain point, instead of wrapping it, it's almost like I'm massaging the two together.
Mm.
And what's left is about a 4-foot wooden pole with a knobby end on one side, and then almost a point of all the thorns at the other. And it's this gnarled piece of almost greenish black wood.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of test it out as I walk back to Miss Mabel. And little piece of your homeland, if I'm not mistaken.
She'll take it and nod and go, "Aye, my dad has one. Walks around the village at times, knocking little boys in the head when they're trying to be a bit of a knob. He calls it his knob stick."
That's his knob stick.
That's just knob stick.
Being a bit of a knob.
And preacher, for you, I think there might be knowledge in the garden. How about you say we go get us an apple?
You might want to climb it.
No, not that tree. I'm not fuck that tree. I'm talking about the tree, where the map's going.
Let's do this then.
They will
Oh.
look the map.
Nope.
If I'm not mistaken, doesn't Miss Mabel have a better wood sense than the woodsman?
I mean, I am skilled at exploring, yes.
The map
I have
is
leaves off the land. That's it. I'm
map
good
is
with
easy to read.
dictionary. Okay. Make it away.
Yeah, for all of Preacher Gaines' shortcomings, art was not one of them. If you're following his map, you'll come across the mine, and you'll see at a distance that work has started up again. You continue following the map, and as you crest a hill, you can see what looks to be this clearing, maybe like 100 feet in diameter. There's little mushrooms that are speckled with black dots that circle the entire clearing. It looks like there's dead kudzu grass in the center. And you will see that there is this beautiful young woman who is kind of just very gently touching the face of one of 3 young men that are there. And it's very serene. Luke will recognize the 3 of them as members of the community. I don't think Father Hill would have gotten a chance to meet them yet. At least not to know them.
Are they?
They're not. The one that she's touching his face is Theodore Ronald Mays. He's about 22. You know that he has a fiance named Eleanor Hughes. And the Mays Hughes family is coming together to create a much larger farm from the combination of the two families. One deals with livestock and the other deals with like orchards. So they're standing to make a nice life for themselves. To one side of him, you will recognize James Robert Hawley, who's about 26, unmarried, no fucking prospects whatsoever. He's kind of the same boat as John Boy was, just kind of like drifting through life. And to his opposite side, you'll recognize Byron Benjamin Berkeley. He's about 36, give or take. He's a widower, and he has one daughter named Hannah. He will occasionally pick up mining jobs just to help out, but he doesn't seem like he has a need for it.
Did I ever know his wife? Like, if I knew his daughter was Hannah.
You probably did know his wife, yeah, before she passed.
I have a question. As we're passing the mine, do I see that bush where that flower was that Luke had brought up, that Preacher Gaines had written in his will?
No.
I don't see the bush anywhere.
No. There's a few tracts of land that have been cleared to make way for new camps for the miners to kind of stay at. So if it was there, then it's been cleared off by Barrow and his company.
Look, that's a very circle. You don't want to go in there. And the problem is remember that herb that Preacher Gaines had left you?
Mm-hmm.
That we kind of need that before we deal with her. I have a feeling. Because this is a whole lot of nope.
Yeah. I'm
And
gonna
if we can
turn on Specialize,
Mhm.
and I don't need to see what she's doing if we're missing. I was hoping that was what we were going to find here, and that is not what we found here.
No. With your special sight, you'll see that there's a bunch of spectral cats. Just kind of meandering around, but there's 3 that's one right behind each of the men.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's no expectation that the spectral cats haven't already seen us.
Some have.
Okay.
Some are looking in your direction, but they're not like making noise or alerting anybody to it.
As you said, maybe this has nothing to do with us. I think we should just go on about our day, and I think we should go pick some flowers. But I'm just
Right.
going to casually turn around and walk away.
Okay.
Mabel says last and goes right there, right to follow.
And I'm going to leave my little special elven eyes on the entire time and not make eye contact with nothing.
Okay. There's nothing strange out here. Everything seems to be going on inside the circle.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to where the flower drawing is, you will see that the land has been cleared out, that there's signage for minor facilities that are going to be erected by the Barrow and Lock Company.
Do you know why they could
What
have
now?
thrown the bush at or something?
No, I mean, if it was growing here, one or two things happened. It's it's in each and every one of these guys because they ate it or drank it or put it in a tea or breathed it in when they burned all the brush away.
Reason why
Or,
I'm
or it's gone.
the reason I'm asking is because a certain name that you gave is in an old Greek story,
Okay.
and the one thing that the hero did to, shall we say, defeat her was an herb.
No shit.
No, I'm not shitting you.
Rav, that herb looked like nothing. That flower looked like nothing I'd ever seen.
No,
Do we still have the seeds?
probably, yeah. Back at the cabin.
Oh fuck.
Wait, I have the briefcase.
Well, we had the suitcase. We had the bones because we were going to the church. I'm like, no, bring my family with me.
Right.
Yeah, you buried them.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't
Was
bury
the
the
seed still
suitcase.
in?
No,
No, I
I
have
know
the
you buried the
suitcase.
bones.
Okay. I didn't know
we-
if the seeds were with the suitcase.
Yeah, is the seed still in the suitcase or no?
If you open the briefcase up, you will see that there's just shredded paper.
Shred.
It looks like
Sure.
old deeds, proclamations of marriages.
Here's the thing. I can get the seeds. I can get the seeds. Not a problem. Do we think we can plant, grow, germinate? Luke wouldn't know that word. We think we can get them planted, grown, ripened, and harvested enough to do anything? I mean,
Not this moment. You can turn around and take seeds and
hold on. I think I could.
why are you special at growing things in a moment?
I could do a lot of stuff real quick.
I think you can.
And you're
You can
I'm
turn
going
into
to Preacher Hill's about to see Magpie,
Okay.
and I'm going to very quickly try to get back to the cabin.
Okay. So shapeshifting normally costs you 3 points. You have an edge of 2 for your intellect, so it only costs you 1 point. You become a
Little black and
magpie.
white magpie.
Mabel's
Flies
taking
off.
this in stride.
Yeah.
Don't worry, preacher. He'll be back. Give him about a couple minutes or two.
I was about to say, if he can turn into a bear, I'm sure he can do many other glorious things with those seeds.
Oh, I've already seen him
now-
turn
and
into
he-
that.
And now this, so I'm sure there's a way to speed up the growth of these seeds. I'm
And he
sure
was complaining. He was complaining a minute ago that he didn't know what to defeat her with, and now all of a sudden it's the spark of inspiration. Really, she just takes out her whiskey bottle and takes another
You
drink.
said
And
I
puts
need
it back
herb. I go get herb. I didn't know I needed herb.
Ike, could you make an intellect defense roll for me, please?
like defense roll.
Yeah, take that.
Okay.
Take that craziness in your face.
The moment you see the magpie disappear from your field of view, both of you start to hear this
17.
soft lullaby, this kind of singing carried on the wind.
fucking hole.
Ike, you take 6 points of damage.
Really?
Yeah,
With a 17 roll,
yeah.
it take how many points?
6 points. You can take it from any pool that you want, or you can even mix and match in case you want to slowly trickle. But describe for us Father Hill's most treasured memory.
Question.
Yeah.
And I use throw salt for this.
Throw
When
salt?
something bad happens, when something bad happens, you act on your beliefs to dispel it. Once after each 10-hour recovery roll, you can refuse a GM intrusion without spending XP.
Oh,
Alternatively, you can spend 1 XP and work with the DM to turn the intrusion into something positive for your character.
yeah. No, this isn't an intrusion. This is an actual attack.
Oh.
Oh,
So,
Great.
yeah.
So much for that. Okay.
So,
So what were you saying?
So 6
what was
points?
called the hill, what?
6 points from
Mhm.
any combination you want from your pools. And then describe for us your sweetest memory.
Mm,
What is his most treasured memory?
Most treasured memory?
Yep.
Most treasured memory. Would be coming home after getting jumped by a bunch of kids from school. They dumped me on my way home, but I get home, I'm all beaten up, but all that is gone with the wind as I smell this fresh baked pie that my mother has cooked, or not baked, and
Okay.
she puts me a piece of a slice, and I don't remember exactly her words of encouragement and wisdom and don't worry. That slice of pie is still the best pie that I've had to this day. And I
Okay.
think that's why I go around tasting pies
Yeah.
and having pies.
So Mabel will suddenly find herself smelling pie,
what in the fuck is this?
but you'll see the 3 gentlemen coming up out of the woods.
I was afraid of that.
She's gonna lock arm with the preacher and start pulling him away towards the town again as quickly as possible.
Time
Okay.
to go back to church. Time to go back to church.
Make a might roll.
It's an 18.
Okay.
I'm happy. Good roll.
He resists, but you start to drag him along.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He's
Pissed off,
not,
determined Irish woman?
yeah, he's not coming with you, but you are dragging him.
She's swearing in Irish all the way.
And once you start moving away, the 3 men will run towards you. Sway, you arrive at your house.
How's my house look? I'm just gonna a little quick little like
Same.
look. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Your wards have held.
I'm going in through the chimney.
Go.
I'm just gonna Santa Claus it down.
Yep.
Hopefully not crash. See if we need to, and then get in and just start searching for the seats.
Okay. They're on the table where you left them.
I'm going to get them. I want to put them in my sack. And I'm going to... I'm trying to think of something faster than that, but small enough to get out.
You hear a creak on the 2nd floor.
No, I don't. Magpie. I'm going to get out.
Okay. So that's 1 more point of intellect because of your edge.
Yep. Look, that's where the family slept.
Yep.
And ain't nobody home. So I don't hear shit. I'm
Okay.
out.
All right. June, if you could make a initiative roll for me, please.
Sure. Remind me how I do this again.
Simple D20. Are you
D20.
trained in initiative?
Yeah, yeah, actually I am.
Oh, I forgot that I could do that.
You are trained, so
I am trained in. I
it'll
am.
ease your task by 1.
I don't think I am.
That's a 13.
Okay. You see them. They're easily about 60 feet away from you. And in the span of a blink of an eye, one throws 2 forward, and the second one throws a third one forward, almost like hop frogging. They're inhumanly strong, though. And the one that is thrown towards you lands right in front of you, cutting you off from town, and then just goes to backhand you.
Okay, he's backhanding himself into a machete. That's fine.
Well,
Because she will just whip over at the side, pull it out, and as he backs in, you going right into the machete. One hand on the preacher, one hand on the machete. She's an explorer.
So you're going to try to put the machete between you and his attack?
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be a might defense then,
Okay.
which you are not trained in.
You know what? I've been
You know, to be a badass. She is a badass.
Just saying, you are trained in speed defense, so dodging would have been a better.
I believe in the power of the power of the cards.
Yeah, fuck it, go. Roll your might.
Yeah, that's a 10.
Okay. So your machete goes flying out of your hand. As the hand actually does make contact, you take 6 points of damage.
Good to know. Okay.
This thing hits like a tree trunk.
You know what else does? A bear.
And
Yeah, well, the bear ain't here yet.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he starts whispering menacingly in Greek.
Oh, no.
It's okay. She just laughs and goes, "That's the only language you know." Ignorant.
Right. Your go.
I go?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We're going to actually use that speed. If I can run over to get the machete and then try and grab the preacher again to try
One or the
and
other.
run. Oh, fuck.
You can either go for the machete or you can run away with the preacher.
But my pretty... Oh, fuck. God damn.
Yuri says, beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Yep. Launch a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
And that's what they're doing, you know?
Well, I do have the shillelagh in my hand, too. Well, I have the shillelagh. Fuck. Fine. I'm going to throw the preacher into the other dude. We're going to throw the...
Wake up, preacher. It's time to fight.
We are going to be throwing a motherfucker into another motherfucker because I went to camp. Wish a motherfucker could.
Okay. You see that he tries to actually grab the preacher. There's a lot of care taken into like trying not to get hit.
No.
So,
Sorry, preacher.
yeah, make a
You're a
might
weapon
attack.
now. God damn.
They're smart. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I like the brainless one. That was
19.
Okay.
So you got all my good rolls.
things.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
See how my night's gonna go.
Yeah. Preacher Hill, could you give me an intellect defense again, please?
Fail it.
You don't have any training in that, so it's just a flat roll.
16.
16. You take another 6 points of damage.
You're gonna take.
And you start to taste that pie in your mouth.
Oh no.
You start to feel your mom's hand on the back of your head. Just the warmth of her body on yours as she pulls you close to her. and just you feel that reassuring sensation of her. Mabel will see Preacher Hill just crash into the other guy, and they both go back a bit, but you notice that the guy catches him and then kind of puts his hand on his head, brings his arm around to kind of hold him into him. Very reassuring, very motherly, which is the same sensation that Preacher Hill is feeling. The other two, now that it's back up to the top of the round, they'll rush up. So one of them will be in attack distance next round. But this time you're going to take one attack as he tries to put Preacher Hill to the side very gently, and then again goes to backhand.
I will now use speed dodging.
Oh, that'll ease your task by 1.
Thanks.
Wow. You don't want to put your shillelagh in front of it?
I need the shillelagh. It's the only other weapon I've got.
Okay.
That's 12.
12. You managed to hold on to your shillelagh since you're not using
Thank
it
God.
to try to block, but the hit just clocks you for another 6 points of damage. And now both of them are within earshot of you, and you hear them echoing each other, so you don't know which one started and which one's following, but there's just this chanting of Greek happening around you. But it brings us to your turn.
Is preacher on the ground?
No, he's just standing there. He looks
She's gonna
happy. He
start-
looks happy as a pig in shit.
Jesus fuck. She's gonna grab his arm, and keep running towards the town, and she's gonna start speaking in Irish. She's actually going to sing in Irish, and she's going to sing the Song of the Morgaine, and how the Raven Queen always protects her own.
Yes.
So
And that she is
you're leaving the preacher behind?
No, I'm grabbing the preacher and
Okay.
running
Where you are,
as
where
I'm
it goes.
running, but she is calling out to the Morgaine
Yeah.
for help
Make a
in a
might check.
song. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I'm fucked one way or another.
I mean, you guys haven't thrown any effort at things, so.
We keep trying to save it.
Okay, save it.
I know.
Save it.
It's like, save it and never use it. But
Yeah.
like,
Either way, you're gonna lose the pool. It's more beneficial to
Fine.
use effort.
Then I'm throwing effort into this.
I mean, how many levels of effort do you want to throw? And how much
at a
might do you have
negative-
left?
I have -1.
You can't have -1. Once you get to 0, you've got to.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I had 11. You took 6 points from that.
You can take your damage from anywhere.
Okay, thank you.
You can
Didn't
take
know
them
that.
from any
Cool.
pool. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was only taking it from Mike. Got
No,
you. Okay,
no,
so
no.
that brings me down to a 5. Oh, I don't want to.
I was confused on the two. Apparently, like might defense is what you're doing, but you
Yeah.
can take the damage from whatever pool you want.
All 3 of your pools
Okay.
count as your health.
Mhm.
Really,
Got
the
you.
damage track is your
Right.
health, but
Okay.
HP wise, you can take them from any of your pools.
Okay.
So how much might do you have now?
Okay, so I will take the original 6 from might, so I have 5 might left.
Okay.
And then I took the other 6 from intelligence because that's sad.
Okay, sure. So you got 5 might left.
Yeah.
With an edge of 1, you could throw 2 levels of effort into it because you don't have enough for the third. So,
Sure.
all right, that'll leave you with 1 might point because it would normally be 5, but minus 1 edge makes it 4. And you've eased the task by 2.
Please give me a good roll.
You should be able to do it now.
That's a 12.
Yeah, because you eased the task, you managed to pull the preacher along.
Yay!
Who knew were making it easier on ourselves actually made it a little bit easier on ourselves.
Who would have guessed that the system actually had checks and balances for you?
I'm gonna fucking need a drink after this.
I'm
Yeah.
real worried about using effort and then not having it in the
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
make a wish moment.
That's the risk reward mechanic of the game. But you'll swoop in as you see Mabel dragging the preacher along. Preacher Hill, could you make another intellect defense for me, please?
Oh fuck
Oh,
my
man.
hand basket. Why?
God. Okay, come on. Do something good here.
From now I'll beat you with a bottle of Jameson.
Do I need to? He'll take less
I
damage
got-
from that.
That is,
Not wrong.
it is a six. I think it's a 16 or 19. $16.
16. You take another 6 points.
Damage.
Yeah.
I've been tracking the numbers of like take another 6 points of damage.
No,
Yeah, another 6.
no,
Are we glad I went to go get the seats?
yeah.
I don't know. I've been bashed left, right, and center. I don't know anymore.
It hurts
Yeah.
to watch.
This is not an easy encounter. The guys count as one different number than the chick does. That's why I was asking about effort, because she's gonna require some effort.
I need father has to get back in this game, man.
But
There's not a time for pie.
yeah, you see that two of the men, James and Theodore, are right behind them. Byron's kind of picking up the rear, and following the three of them, you see her. They're running full speed to try to catch Mabel and the preacher. She's sauntering. She's moseying. She's casually just kind of touching plants, touching a tree here and there. She has that kind of Jason Voorhees, like, I'll get to you.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna die tired.
A pursuit predator.
Yep.
Touching grass. Sorry.
Yeah. But you can drop in front of them, behind them.
If I'm dropping in, I'm dropping in, and you're going to hear a magpie scream like hell as it just nosedives down, and that scream is going to turn into the wail of a mountain lion. And as cats are known to do, try to land on all fours, but realistically land on the nearest thing that is fighting
Okay.
Mabel
Yeah,
and the
so
preacher.
that costs you 1 intellect point because of your edge to turn into a catamount. And you want to land, so that's going to be a might test.
Okay.
You want to throw your full weight onto this one guy. Which one do you want to go after? Since you know them personally.
You know what? JR ain't got much going on for him. Old John Robert. Was it John Roberts?
James Roberts, Holly?
James Roberts. JR ain't got shit going on for him.
JR don't.
Not a lot of prospects.
Nope.
He's the younger one too, wasn't he?
No, he's 26.
He's the 20. Okay.
He's the mid-aged one. Theodore's the youngest. Byron's the oldest.
Yeah, but Theodore's working, and the old guy, he's got old guy strength. So he's got minor strength. The guy in the middle don't have a lot going on.
Yeah.
So for his laziness in life, he's probably got less strength than the rest of them. We're just going to go for him.
Sure.
And,
do you want to throw any effort at this, or you're happy with a flat roll?
I'm happy with my flat roll.
Okay.
19.
19 does crit. That's 17, 18, 19 is +3. You land on poor JR. And you hear the ribcage crack under the weight of this monstrous mountain lion. You see the blood spurt come out of his mouth and his eyes roll into the back of his head. He's probably gonna die if he doesn't get to Dr. Willoughby like in the next
Never. Yeah, it's sad for him.
10 minutes.
And I'm just going to just
Too bad, so sad, JR.
catamount wail between the line of stupid men straight to the woman who loves cats, don't she? And it's
Yeah.
just going to be a wail. And we'll slap the other guy one more time. It's just
Okay.
more for show than force.
Yeah. Theodore and Byron. Theodore gives up the chase and turns to face this catamount. Byron kind of squares up with you. Could you roll your initiative
I can.
to see where you are in order? And you're not trained,
No, but I got an 18.
but you got an 18, so you do get to go before them.
Yes! I didn't know where they fell into it. I wasn't tracking that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they went before Junie, and Junie rolled a 14 for her initiative. So,
Now, so the catamount is trained in speed. So I'm going to be trying to dodge and swipe.
okay. So swiping is going to be a might test.
Okay.
Do you want to throw any effort at it, or just want to go flat roll?
I'm going to, if it's squaring up with me and not in a,
Yeah, both of them are squaring up with you.
I'm going to try to just not attack them, just kind of keep them
Oh,
away from Mabel and Preacher.
okay. Okay.
Instead of trying to make myself open, I'm just going to try to dodge their attacks.
All right. Yeah, both of them will try to backhand you. Swing their big old tree trunks of arms against you, so that will be a speed defense. Catamount is trained, so that's going to lower the difficulty by 1. Ease the task.
Okay, I got a 14.
Okay.
I'm not going to throw effort.
Yeah.
Because that effort is,
Effort
I only
throw-
get that one,
yeah, an effort is done before you roll.
but I only get that one time, right?
No, you can keep throwing effort at it as long as you have points.
Oh, I only have 2 points in effort. That's why.
No, I mean like in your pool, because it eats up your pool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you dodge the first one.
Okay. I'm not going to throw effort on this one either.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't waste it. I got a 2.
Yeah, so you take 6 points of damage.
Uh-huh. We're going to take 6 points from intellect.
It's a beefy pool.
All right.
Okay. Mabel, brings us to you.
Fuck.
Yeah, your attackers have given up on you and are ganging up on the mountain lion that was a magpie. You can see the bag of seeds underneath him.
Well, it would
I
still
thought it was
be
in his
my
pouch.
equipment. It's still in my
Oh,
equipment.
yeah, you did put in your satchel. I thought that you had it in your magpie feetsies.
No. I didn't want to get knocked out of my feetsies, so I put it in my bag before I left.
Good. Yeah, so there are no seeds. Retract that.
Sorry.
Okay. But they have given up the chase on you. They're attacking Sway.
Are they squared up? Is there one with their back towards me?
Oh, both of them have their back to you. It looks
They're
like
like,
they're
oh.
pinchering him in with her.
Yeah.
She's gonna use a shillelagh and literally knobstick right in the. She knows the occipital lobe, and right there at brainstem, may or may not kill somebody.
Sure.
She going to do something.
Okay.
That's why you have women in medicine, folks.
Yeah.
You never know when you're gonna
I'll
get
be
somebody.
nice and say the shillelagh counts as a medium weapon since you're trained. It eases the task by 1.
Okay. May I use 1 effort?
Yeah, sure. How much might do you have left?
5. 4, 5. I don't know. You said a number. I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought you had 1 point left. Because you
No,
used...
no. I had.
Did she
I
read it
u-
or math? She put points back in.
Right.
Okay.
So I took the original 6 that I got, and I brought the might down to 5, and I took the other 6 out of intelligence.
Yeah, but then you used effort to pull.
Correct.
Well,
So I don't remember what.
That's
right.
why. Yeah, you down to
Okay.
1 might.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm using effort now.
You can't. You don't have enough to pay for it.
Oh,
good,
fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
First level
We're
effort
fucked.
costs 3 points. Minus your 1 edge would mean 2. You're 1 off from having been able to use effort.
well, we're going to see what happens then.
Yeah, you got your task eased by 1.
That's a nat 20.
Okay. All right.
Fuck me.
Nice.
And do you have a preference as to who you're knocking out?
The one that is the one who's closer to hitting him, or if the person who hit me a couple of times
Yes.
is the one I can get, I'm gonna batch that motherfucker with the goddamn shillelagh
Oh.
because fucking bitch.
There goes Teddy.
Not even sad.
Yeah.
Cool setting.
There is the sound. If you've ever seen The Natural, at the end when he hits that home run, that sound of the bat hitting that ball perfectly, you hear that as the shillelagh just comes in contact with the base of the neck, and he crumbles to the floor. It's your turn.
She'll just look. Yeah, she'll just look and say, "Let's get going."
Yeah. Preacher Hill, could you give me an intellect defense roll, please?
Oh, fucking whore. Jesus Christ.
Ah, fuck me. That's sick.
Low roll?
That's sick.
6? Yeah, you take 6 points of damage.
I thought maybe you needed to fail it. I thought maybe that was the thing.
No, you need to succeed on all the rolls. That
How
pie,
is it? I have such a high intelligence too.
you do, but you haven't thrown any effort at it. You just flat dying against a high challenge.
Can I use effort?
Before the roll, yeah.
Oh,
Oh. All right.
look, we're all paying for not using effort.
Yeah.
Now.
This is the risk reward. The pie that you're eating just starts to foam up in your mouth, and almost the moment that you're swallowing one piece of pie, you already have that piece in your mouth again, like it's regenerating. It is an endless pie. It is one of the greatest treats. It's magical. Your mom is singing in the background, just humming. What a good life you're leading. Sweet, that brings us to you. So JR and Theodore are
No more.
no more. Vaya con
Not even
Dios.
sad about this.
Byron's left.
I'm trying to think of the biggest, fastest animal, and I think horse wouldn't be an. I think we're gonna go. Could I shift to me and cast on the same time, or is that 2 actions? I don't.
It would be 2 actions. Yeah, you only
Yeah,
get
I
the
don't
1
remember
action.
what the getting out of form was. I'm just going to try to leap at him to knock him down and just cat scratch fever my ass out of here. Like, try to just get him on the ground
Okay.
and just, like cats kick you behind them
Yeah.
after they're done taking a shit.
Yeah, the rake. Yeah, the raking.
We're just trying to get him down in a way, and
All right. That'll be
There's
a
a lot
might
of-
test.
oh, come on. Yeah, that makes sense.
While he's doing that, can Mabel go and grab her machete, or is she too far away from that?
Yeah, you moved away from that.
Mm.
It's back behind the witch now.
Yeah.
14, and I'm going to put...
But you got to put effort
Alright, so-
before you roll.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to take a 14.
Okay. You leap at him, and you expect your weight to kind of offset him, but it almost looks like he was waiting for that, and he catches you, and then he's just kind of holding you, like how a cat doesn't want to be held, you know?
Yeah, you ever held a pissed off cat?
Yeah, that's exactly
Exactly
that.
what's gonna happen.
That's exactly what's happening. He's just like, oh fuck,
I'm gonna
But-
maul the shit whenever I get a chance. This dude's getting mauled.
yeah.
I don't care how strong you are. I will bear form before I let you kill me.
And he's gonna try to elbow you. So you're on him. So he's gonna take advantage of that no distance and just bam. yoga elbow, bro. Or what was it? Tiger elbow from Street Fighter. So that's gonna be a speed defense because you do. I'm assuming you're gonna avoid.
I'm gonna throw effort at this
Oh.
before I roll it.
How much effort do you want to throw at this?
I will only have 2 points, so I'd like to toss 2 points of effort at it.
So 2 levels of effort.
Yeah, I don't want to be beatboxed by this guy in the
Okay,
face.
that'll cost you 5 points. You have no edge.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
It's speed.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, each point's 3.
I'm gonna throw 1
Each
point
effort's 3 points.
No, the first level of effort is 3 points. Every level after
okay.
that is 2.
No,
Oh,
fuck it.
Yeah.
If I gotta get bonked in the head, I'm getting bonked in the head.
Okay,
I'm getting bonked in the head with an 8.
6 points of damage as this elbow
Yeah.
comes crashing into the back of your kitty head.
But it's
Man.
better than spending the effort and wasting it and then losing twice the pool.
Yes.
Okay, so we're just gonna take 2.
Yes.
And then,
Would 2 levels of effort? Well, 2 plus the third. No, you would have made it with an 8,
that's all right.
but you live and you learn. Okay.
I don't like seeing my numbers go down.
So, yeah, it's dangerous. Mabel brings us to you.
this guy's holding the cat in his arms.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And just
Shillelagh to the
mollywop
head.
it. Just fucking going to town with his
Shillelagh to
elbow.
the head.
Do it. That's gonna be a might test.
Yeah, I know, and I can't spend any effort, so
You
fuck
do-
it. I'm not even gonna bother.
Yeah. Now, Lyra, you are trained, so it does ease a task by 1.
That's a 15.
15 will hit. 15 will
She will
hit.
go again, right for the back of the head.
Yeah, and he crumbles just like the other one. Just another clock, and he looks up in the direction that you hit him from, and then he just falls back with the cat on him, and you just hear her slow clap.
The main sends her to guard you, bitch.
Uh,
Luca, can we go now?
Horse
Pre-
form.
Preacher Hill, could you give me an intellect test, please?
Yeah, and I'm going to use effort.
Okay. How much effort do you want to throw at this?
How many health points do you have
Um,
left?
He's
Yeah.
hurting.
3 in might, 7 in speed, 8 in intelligence.
Dude, y'all's points are way better than mine. I can do one thing real well. That's it.
Effort. I got 3. Fuck.
You can throw 3 levels of effort at it.
I'm going to use 2. I'm going to use 2.
2. That'll cost you 2 points because you have your edge of 3.
Yeah. 2 points.
From your intellect.
I should have been putting stuff in the edge
Yeah.
too. This time.
Edge is powerful as fuck.
There we go.
Right? So that'll ease your task by 1.
I got a
By
10.
2. 10. 10 is enough. No, it's not.
Oh.
6 goes to 4, so that's 12. Yeah, you missed it. You take another 6 points of damage.
What's the damage? That
Oh,
Who doesn't?
man. 6 points.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no.
But she stops and she just kind of opens her hands out. Luke, you can stop this. Come back. Who else has to be sacrificed for you?
Luke form. I'm gonna look at her. Look at the preacher. I'm gonna kneel down to him. I don't have like a healing spell.
You won't know until you try.
But I was gonna say I have prepared food. I have living off the land, know all the herbs and all the resources around. And I am just going to place my hands on his chest and my hand on the soil. And I'm going to try to pull every bit of all the energy that you would get from creating and crafting and perfecting, and that ritualistic knowledge of what you're doing is you're taking and you're breaking down and you're giving that in sacrifice. And I'm going to try to pull that into Preacher Hill.
Okay, that'll be an intellect test.
And 17.
17. There is a moment where you hear a serene, deep rumble of a voice. It's calming. It is soothing. Almost fatherly. You have spent your life worshipping the dark, but adhering to the green. Come home. Come home. But you cannot be a servant of two masters.
I ask for help. And I say this out loud. Once before. And I look at her. And you didn't help. And I just let go. I put my family to rest. I've done everything I can to turn my back on her for her gifts. And when I needed to, I used them against her at every turn. And I want to let go of all that. I asked for help this time and I got it.
Preacher Hill, heal 6 points of damage. She glares at you. 3 of you. The mountains are older than any of you. Even you, Luke, with how long you've enjoyed my gift. We'll see how taxing the green is to you. Don't come crawling back. The price is too high. And she turns and drops down and becomes this pack of 9 cats and just rushes off into the forest, scattering.
Better to be the villain in somebody's story.
Grass around you. Go ahead.
Than sacrificing yourself unneededly.
Never
You
hurts to
realize
ask for help.
I know. You made yourself a villain to her.
Better than a tool.
I mean, she looks at the three men. Look what happened to them.
Preacher Hill comes out of his stupor, finally.
Do I know what happened, or I'm just...
You are beat to shit, but you have the taste of pie in your mouth.
When I hit you so hard, you're going to taste pie.
What happened? Why?
You have aches all over your body. Your arm, it feels like it's been dislocated from your shoulder from all the pulling that's been done to you.
Worth it.
Mabel walks over and gets her machete.
Yeah.
I'm just going to kind of kneel on the preacher. Take it easy. Take it slow. I think we're all right.
Why do I feel like I just had more than a dozen pies?
Because the fucking woman used whatever you were thinking of against you. Duh.
That makes more sense. I was very confused. I thought we lost you.
No, she did the same thing to you in JB. She used your family and she used JB's whatever wish he wanted to distract you. She does it against men because she can. She couldn't do it against me. I'm a woman. Sometimes being a woman is better. She can seduce G. She can't do it to me.
No.
I'm just gonna sit there and kneel and just try to. I'm gonna look through my pack. There's nothing that can help this.
Get him back over to where I'm staying, for crying out loud. And no more smoking. It's gonna be bad for your lungs.
Light up a cigarette.
Yep.
Just fire him and carry him. You can
Yeah.
smoke while you're carrying him back.
Yeah. Until she ran away, I was like, "Horse form, let's go." And I was like, "Nope, all right."
Yeah.
It's just gonna help him get back to town.
So, you get back to town. As it gets dark, and you're resting, eating up, drinking, with new purpose in Duke's life. Where do we find Mabel in a year's time? Where do we find Luke in a year's time? And why do we see Father Hill walking into a gentleman's establishment in Boston a year from now?
Oh, yeah. Miss Mabel, do you want to go first?
Yeah, where's Mabel in a year?
God. No, go to Luke first, because I don't know.
Where's Luke in a year?
You see Luke back on top of the hill. He's got a more of a clearing now. It's not as overgrown as it was before. It's more deliberate. There's hedges now that line the wood line, much like the circle or the fairy circle, but just hedges, little rows, thorny bushes. And you see Luke climbing down from the ladder. It's a new wooden, almost hand-hewn ladder. And you see that from the clearing of the trees that he's done, there's a similar cabin. It's definitely only one story. There's a new bedroom, and it's just one bed. But there's more light now on the hill. than there was before. And he goes over and he just pulls open an old leather notebook and gets back to work at looking at herbs. And you see that one page of the herbs, and sitting on top of the leather notebook is the bag of seeds.
There is a kudzu grass man that comes lumbering up to the property line. And he holds up his large hand. He's asking for permission to enter, as he has been doing in the past.
Luke just waves and nods his head, steps out on the porch.
He steps into your property line, and you can feel your wards giving way to an agent of the green. He lumbers forward and just holds out his hand, and you see a topographical map that just becomes his palm. And he points, and as all, you're not sure if it's always the same kudzu grass man or if it's just a different agent of the green that comes, but it's always, this is where you need to go.
I nod my head and go get my pack.
And he lumbers back out to the end of your property. And once he steps out, you see him just crumble, and the grass spreads out, scatters, and goes where it's needed next. Where's Mabel at the end of this year?
Watching that happen as she walks up the path, and she went back to Chicago. She went to find out what the hell her late husband was. What the hell happened? But in the same time, she was researching herbs, plants, things to defeat certain gods and goddesses that may or may not bring themselves into the new world, so that humanity may have a chance. And she has painstakingly traveled to different places in the world. And it's just parts of Chicago, getting seeds, actually going to the university, getting that with a bunch of seeds that she knows that Luke could probably use. And he said he could grow shit fast. She found her way back, walking up that damn path, watching the Katsune dude, or the gray person.
Grass man?
Yeah, and she'll just because I can't say words, and we all know this. Yeah, English is hard. And she'll just, yeah, you're not wrong. And she'll just lean up, kind of open up the bottle, take a shot, go, where we going now? I brought you a present.
I'm gonna take it from her, and
It's a shit ton of seeds, and they're all labeled.
I'm gonna hand her another little leather satchel. First crop.
Oh, you finally got it?
Yeah, it took me all day.
In Boston,
Just
Mabel will have discovered that Preacher Gaines had a set of instructions if and when he passed. Messages were sent out, one of which was returned when they discovered that your husband was no longer alive, and it was waiting for you. The other one was returned as well, as the recipient was no longer in the city, and the address had no forwarding. But Preacher Gaines was part of a trio, set of triplets. One went into the sciences. One was a student of faith. And the third was a man who let ambition become his moral compass. So he became a politician. Unfortunately, this man is named Harold Reeves, and he is currently the state senator in Virginia, living in Norfolk. It's painstaking to discover the information. He was very thorough, trying to hide his whereabouts. But you also know that he is campaigning hard for Barrow and Locke in Virginia.
No, we should have just killed that guy. Now what?
We still can.
Oh yeah.
But we flash over, dissolve, cut to Father Hill stepping into an office. The butler, regal, treats laid out, tea and coffee. And you'll see a face that you don't know, but have heard of passing and have come across once or twice. Hugo is the man's middle name. And last to come in to this meeting is a face that you haven't seen in almost a year. Not since you were in Ashland. Marshal Ben Prescott walks into the room as well. What has Preacher Hill been doing in this year between Ashland and Boston?
He, after this encounter, he has been doing his own exploring, and diving deep and trying up or save where there needs to be. Pretty much. He started developing a name for himself over on the east side, the whole East Coast, as a preacher who travels from church to church in different towns, different cities, different states.
And to those that have seen the Virginia miniseries, you will see that it is a little bit more extensive of a trip heading from Boston to Norfolk, Virginia. But that's a different story, told in a different way, with different characters and different players. And this one has come to an end. Thank you guys for participating and coming along for the journey. I hope you had a great time. I'm sorry that I beat you up, Ike.
Hey, we survived. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I've had games where like the dice just hate you.
Mhm.
Ike, you got the short rolls tonight. Every time I have to like roll
I
like,
was-
charisma or like an intellect, fortitude, like not to be strained, I always fail them. I know your pain, and that was
Man,
get out of my mind, Rav.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Stay out of people's brains.
Yeah, I will. I'll
I was
try.
like, I kept thinking too. I was like, I can't die. How am I dead if I'm in the future?
Yeah. Just so you're aware, the
I
witch,
can't die.
the witch was a challenge 6.
Oh man.
So everything started at 18 for all her tests.
Put effort in your rolls, people.
I didn't-
Yeah.
Whatever it is, your
her-
game system.
Yeah, her mental shit was DC 18s, but her physical shit was like challenge 5. So
Look, if she wasn't
I
going
would've-
to let me go, I was going to heal up preacher, and I was going to bear form barrel roll,
yeah,
or elk or moose,
I would've-
whatever I got in these woods that's big and
Moose.
fast is going straight in her face.
yeah.
I would have passed the first time. I rolled a 17, and if I would have used effort,
If you would have used effort, you could have passed. Yeah,
It
these-
saved
my
me a
chat
lot of
is saying-
pain and torture.
yeah. This is
My chat is saying thank you for a fantastic story.
Yes,
thank you
thank you.
guys. Yeah, no, thank you guys. I couldn't have done it without you.
you.
You guys brought these characters to life. The goal is to get you at least one more run of a miniseries to get you to tier 5, and then bring both casts together for one last miniseries where you're all going from tier 5 to tier 6.
Ooh.
Oh my!
Are we going to Boston? Can we go to Boston? Let's fucking go to Boston. My
I know Boston.
stage ass in Boston.
Preacher Hill's in Norfolk right now, so let's see what happens when they
Live there too,
discover.
Rav. Just keep it going. Where's Sway's next hometown we're going to set a show in? To be fair, I don't live in Ashland, Kentucky. I do live in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I've been to Ashland a few times. It's as small as what you would expect in the show, but it's a good feel to the city. But I lived in Norfolk for a while because my family's Navy, and I was Navy, and luckily never had to be stationed in no fuck Virginia.
No fuck.
No fuck. But if you show up in Alabama, Rav, I'm showing up in Miami, Florida. Unless
No, we'll see what happens. But as always, I want to thank you guys for allowing me to take you on this journey. I know that a lot of people don't do well with spooky shit, but you guys took it all in stride. You know, I appreciate that. As always, I want to give you guys a chance to plug whatever you're into. I know that you don't have a lot. You're just a face on the channel, though.
I live here. I live in your stream.
Yeah, and next week they'll see you. They'll see you as we start our last miniseries of the year, which is Hunter the Reckoning, 5th edition, set in 1980, Salem, Oregon, which is a precursor to my Vampire the Masquerade game, which is set in 1985, Salem, Oregon, right now, because they've gone a whole year.
that's 2. Say it again.
Junie, where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
I find on the internet because that's where I live. You can find me here. You can find me on my channel in Twitch. You can find me over McStabbers. You can find me here. You can find me on Rerolls. Maybe at sometimes Table of Horrors. Otherwise, just poke your head out into the verse and call for a brown coat. I'm somewhere around there.
And Sway, where can people find you if you want to be found on the internet?
You can find me here on Twitch at SwayFM. You can find me on TikTok at Sway.fm. I'm also on Blue Sky now.
Same.
That tells you a lot of things that you need to know about Sway.
Mm-hmm. You sure did. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you to the audience for following along with us as well. I hope that you guys enjoyed yourselves. As always, I take mental health very seriously on my channel. If you're watching live on Twitch, there's phone numbers going up in the Twitch chat. They'll be in the description box if you're watching on YouTube later at your leisure. If you're not in the United States or you don't do well with phone lines or text messages, you can go to findahelpline.com. The link is also in the Twitch chat. It'll be in the description box for YouTube. Because sometimes people need to be reminded that it is okay to not be okay. And, you know, all it takes is that first step. It is the scariest, but it also is the first step in getting help. And it's going to do wonders for you in the long run. So please, if you feel like you need help, there are resources out there. Just do yourself a favor and do some checking. You know, it doesn't hurt to look around. As always, thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you guys in our next miniseries next week, Tuesday. Until then, be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And fuck the patriarchy. Good night, everybody. Bye.